Hello to those who are watching on the replay. Welcome. Let me just fix some stuff here. Okay. All right, cool. All right, sweet. I feel like oh, I forgot my water. All right. Okay. Let's take this out. Hi guys. Oops. Happy Wednesday. Feel free to say hi. Just checking in. Going live to see if there is anybody that wants to participate, do some readings, have some fun, dig deep. Hi Soul Tribe. Hi 10-4. Hi Lottie. How are you guys? Uncensored. Hi. All right. I will get to it in a minute. I actually need to grab my water. 1 second. All right. Sweet. Hi Ashley. How are y'all? Okay, let's see. Let me fix this up here. All right. So the dealio is that I do offer free and paid, and I do, the free little mini readings. The free readings are just like little mini readings. I think that's good. The free readings are just little mini readings. Hi Norma. Hi Megan. And I just do those until up until I receive a paid readings, and all my paid readings go first. Okay. Paid readings get on the list. They take precedence, and I only have 5 spots tonight. But I just like to, offer free readings to be, accessible, and to, reach as many people as I can. Okay. So I'm just scrolling through TikTok hoping someone will give me a message from my boyfriend. Oops. Dang it. Stop doing that. All right. So what's up, y'all? My name is Angelica. I haven't introduced myself yet, but what's up? My name is Angelica. I am a healer, a reader, a catalyst, a bridge, a channel, a medium. Oh, okay. I got you, Ashley. I see why you say that. Thank you for sharing that. Because I didn't realize. Was it this past July? So, here's the deal. Like I was saying earlier, I do offer free and paid readings. Hi, Jillian. You found me. I'm a little tired tonight, but I'm here. Okay. So if I'm a little bit, feel a little bit different, that's me. So I do offer free and paid readings. The free mini readings are they're going to be very concise, very short. Okay. But they are as follows. So you leave a comment with your name and a question. You can be general, open, health, career, I do feel Spirit is veering me away from love readings. However, if Spirit kind of guides me to you and you're looking for a love reading, then we're just going to roll with it, okay? I do not do pregnancy or fertility, anything around, pregnancy stuff. And then the mini readings are going to be one question only, okay? Okay. And then the paid readings, I do have free and paid readings. I also have paid services. Okay. So my paid services, my paid readings are donations of 25 minimum. You can donate more if that's, if you feel inspired to. All the links to donate are in my profile. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. And then you got to let me know if you do donate. Okay. I only have 5 spots tonight because it's going to be a shorter live. All right. Just so you know. And then if you have questions about anything, let me know. And then the paid services are $25 for readings, $39 for energy work and energy clearing, or any intentions you want to bring into energy work. Mediumship and then multi-dimensional mediumship are also both $39. Okay. Alrighty. Yes, of course. So in the meantime, I'm just going to scroll through the comments and kind of go where my intuition and spirit lead me. All right, let me make a note though first. Sometimes I forget to make a note for myself here. Okay. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Yes. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. So like I said, the free mini readings are going to be very short, very concise. Thank you for sharing the live, whoever did that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. The paid readings are going to be, the paid readings, you get more information. And if you do want an in-depth reading, I do offer those on my website as well as a bunch of other stuff. And you can also read more about me and my body of work and see all like the testimonials from people that I have served. Okay. So I'm just going to tune into the collective. I'm scrolling through the comments. So give me a minute. I'm just going to tune into the collective. So welcome, y'all. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. So the free little mini readings are one question only, okay? Just keep that in mind. I see a couple of like multiple questions, just one. Hi, Authentically. How are you? Okay, I do feel, let me see. All right. Oh, whoa. Okay, let me scroll through the comments a little bit more just to make sure. Is it Jolene? I'm not sure if it's Jolene. I don't think it's Jolene, but I think it's Jolene. You ask, is vegan the best diet for my body? I would strongly invite you to listen to your body. Very, very strongly invite you to listen to your body. and take the hints and the clues and maybe have a food journal, eat certain things, and then see how your body reacts or responds. But a lot of that is just tuning into the body consciousness and building a relationship with the body consciousness and understanding what the body likes, because we have all of these different diets and labels of like vegan or raw vegan or keto and this and that. And sometimes we get hung up on, let me just be really strict in this. And that can be great if that's something that you are genuinely called to and you feel excited about. But otherwise, I would really strongly advise anybody to listen to the body. As an ex-bodybuilder and someone who was very, very strict on the diet, I've had to learn the hard way to listen to the body. It's taught me a lot about listening. Okay. Oh, you sent a cash app. Okay. Yeah, all right. All right. Thank you. Let's see. All right. Okay, Shannon, you said mediumship, correct? So are we speaking with a past loved one? Or is this multidimensional? Multidimensional mediumship, for anybody who doesn't know, is connecting with guides or multidimensional aspects of yourself. Shannon. Let me write down your name. I would be delighted to facilitate for you, Shannon. Let me scroll through the comments to see where you are. I'm quite behind on the comments, so forgive me. I've been vegan. It's also a box. Okay, I'm looking for your comment, Shannon. Still looking for you. Oh, you're welcome, Jolyn. Oh, yes, my son. Okay. All right. So you have a specific person. Sweet. You want to connect with your son. That was going to be my next question. Okay. 7-6. All right. Okay. So one second. I just want to scroll. Okay. Thank you, Mindy. All right. Okay. These are, they're just kind of like what, Kate asked, what kind of readings are these? I'm not really sure how to answer that. I am doing, hi, Patsy. I'm offering free and paid readings. And people get to kind of pick. I'm doing readings, and I also offer like some paid services. So I'm like, I don't know. All right, so getting to Shannon. Shannon paid for a reading. Thank you, Shannon. And so you said connect with your son. Okay, yep. I already feel it coming in. So I just want to, before I start, typically the way I work with mediumship, the way I personally work, there typically tends to be two parts. The first part, if you're, it depends on if you're open or if you have a specific person. If you have a specific person, then we already have an identity, of a person that we can bring in. If you're open, then we start with like identifying who it is. Even when, as Shannon has requested, she wants to connect with her son. I can connect with your son, but like I'll start to just bring through, listen and stream through information, and start to confirm, have a bit more of a confirmation of like, okay, this is the person. And then the second part is a message. They'll usually have some kind of message or multiple messages. Sometimes in the second part, a lot of times what loved ones will have for us is like energy transmissions, energy downloads, or energy work, because that's part of the work that I facilitate for others. Like energy work and a lot of different types of healing modalities and manipulating the energy field in ways that are beneficial and help to release old energies, etc. Okay. So with that being said, Shannon, I'm going to connect to you in your okay, I just want to make sure. All right, Shannon, and be prepared to reply or comment, as I will pause at times and ask you a question, okay? All right, connected to your energy, I'm... All right. Since you already have a person that you want to connect with, and that's your son, it's definitely on my right side. Right side is always significant to me, or signifies to me male energy. Definitely there. So I'm just going to begin to bring in details, and you can say yes, that is the description, no, etc., and we'll go from there. Okay. What I am feeling when I first tune in is brown, like short brown hair. I'm getting blue eyes. Demeanor. As for demeanor, I'm not quite sure how to describe. Let me just kind of tune in for a minute and listen. I would say pretty chill, relaxed, easygoing, because I get like a very interesting look, a very interesting like picture in my head. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to describe this. But I would describe it as more like relaxed, kind of easygoing. It's really interesting because he doesn't really want to give me a lot of information about him. He says it's more like the sense I get is like it's not really about him, it's more about you. Does that make sense? Brown eyes. Okay. I don't know why I'm seeing blue eyes, but I'm like, why am I seeing blue eyes? Yeah, thank you. So definitely, yeah, I get like short brown hair. They sometimes what I find in the readings that I do, sometimes on when we move back into spirit, we change our appearances. I don't know if that's part of what it is, or I don't know. I'm more than okay with being wrong. Okay. But you did say yes to like the easygoing, relaxed. He's just kind of looking at me like it's not about me. It's more about mom. So he's not giving me a lot of information about him. And sometimes this is how they come through. They're like, I'm not good. This is not about me. Even though sometimes we may want to hear about how they're doing, like the ones who have crossed over, typically they're doing good. Okay, so we're going to move into the second part, okay? All right. So I'm just going to listen here for a minute. Okay. There might be some energy work that he wants me to bring through. The word he... Oh, excuse me. Okay. There's a lot of heaviness in the heart, okay? And he's showing me, or he's giving me the word grief. And he's giving me like a really heavy feeling in my heart, okay? So part of the message here is he understands that it hurts. He understands from being here, he understands the grieving process and the process of emotions and processing the emotions that we go through. So he's understanding that. He's saying you gotta release it. Not necessarily releasing him or his memory. It's you gotta release the emotions and you gotta feel them. Okay. The other part of this is essentially an understanding of like, I know it hurts. I know it's not always the most comfortable to feel these things. But you got to feel them, or else that heaviness in your heart is, if you keep the heaviness in your heart, later down the line, it becomes a detriment to us. It can become a detriment to you because you're keeping all of that emotion in. So feel, okay, and grieve. It's part of the process, and it's part of the it's part of the transformational process you are moving through and going through right now. And it's all serving you. With feeling all of this and moving through it, feeling all of the things day after day, moment after moment, as you begin to move through it and it becomes lighter, not that you forget him or his memory or anything like that, as it gets lighter, as the emotions, as you have processed the emotions, you'll find your heart feels more full. Okay? That is where you're moving towards, is kind of what I'm being shown. Okay? So you're saying, like, Mom, you gotta grieve. You gotta grieve me and you gotta feel it. I know it hurts. Okay? He's sending you like, how do I describe this? It's like an energetic hug. Okay? He's like hugging you. It's like an energetic, but it's like all around you. Okay? Second, Secondly, okay. Secondly is energy work. Are you open to receiving some energy work to help the heart process and also release some of the heaviness on the heart? Are you open to that, my dear? Yes? Okay. Alrighty. So Shannon, my dear, I just want you to take some deep breaths and rest your awareness on your heart. Okay? And for anyone else who would like to receive, any kind of spillover from the energy work, you're more than welcome to intend to do so. So go ahead and take those deep breaths into your heart, resting your awareness on your heart, Shannon. And I'm just going to connect to your highest self and allow your highest self to proceed. Just keep focusing on the heart. As I move more into a channeling state, I may begin to speak in like sound codes. There's no need to try to figure out with your logical brain what I'm saying. I just want you to feel it, okay? I just want you to feel into your heart, and don't think about what I'm saying, okay? Ma'ena to mahas. Eshi ananu hiasa. Show hiahas. Eshi aninu hiasata meteuia. She hiasa natatiasta katu uia hiasa. She ia ala imohiase. Show inati sati uasati no toko ese. She kiwale asi kata uahia tata tiketi uinati. She ale amoe yasa katiasa. Show ha ala yanatoko uyahas. Emeo yale inayo uahaya seyate yanatoko esate asanati. Ieleoye natato yasekana no ese shish. You don't have to hold on to this. You don't have to hold on to this as a sign or as an act of love, of showing your love for someone, for your son. You can still connect to him without holding on to the heaviness, without holding on to the grief. Yes. Shui ini he asa hasa hasa na tuwe. Leo asa. She no has. Just continue to breathe into that heart space, Shannon. You're doing great. We're just helping to move some of this heaviness. Se na layo mahai sa ta 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 moto o se te 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 wata. So we're going to call in pure source consciousness. We're going to bring that down and through your crown into your heart. We're going to blast it from the front, and we're going to also blast it from the back. Very gently. But this is going to help you release the heaviness. Well, yeah, no, yes. You know, you have sanata ayuha ma ayalo. Yalo yana hai. Say moya ne ya ai. Okay, we're going to let that circulate so you can keep your eyes closed, or if your eyes are open, that's fine. We're just going to let that circulate. Because that's it's helping to lift some of that heaviness. Okay? And meanwhile, I'm just going to check back in to see if there's any more messages that your son would like to bring through. Okay? So there is basically an emphasis on you can keep the memory of me, you can keep the connection with me without having to hold on to the heaviness, the grief. It's important that you process and feel it, but you don't have to hold on to it as a way of like punishing or just proving your love, you know. So it's emphasizing that, okay? Emphasizing that message. Keep speaking to him. Speak to him out loud if you don't already, or if you do already, keep doing that. I don't know if that feels crazy or you feel like you're crazy if you do that. You're not. It's part of you honoring and acknowledging that connection is still there, even if the physical body isn't here anymore. So keep speaking. Like there's a like, it's like, talk to me, mom, talk to me. Keep talking to me. I'm still here. Um, he's also guiding your process of grieving. Um, he's going to be um, he's going to be a guide through this transformation, the processing of grief and the transformation through this time, this kind of cycle, as you move through this transformational energy that his passing has gifted to you. Okay, so he's not, he's making it like very clear that he's not like, because sometimes our loved ones, when they cross over, they become a guide. He's kind of making a distinction of like, he's not like a guide, but he's going to be your guide through this transformation. And he's still going to always be there no matter what, whether he's a guide or not. Okay, he's just wanting to make a distinction for whatever reason. Okay, so take that however that resonates. We're gonna dive a little bit, dive back into the energy work, is where I'm being guided to go back into. So with the energy work, we're kind of finishing up here, but we're balancing your energy field. So it's not so heavy. And then with that, as that kind of finishes, the balancing finishes, I'm hearing to put you in an egg of amethyst light. So I'm going to call in the frequency of amethyst. And I'm going to place you in an egg of amethyst. What I'm hearing is this is going to help you process in a way that's a little bit more, it doesn't feel as harsh, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel so harsh. It doesn't feel so heavy. And it's going to assist and support in your navigation of processing the grief and processing that loss in a way that doesn't feel so, it doesn't drain you. It doesn't like bring you all the way down, and it's not so harsh. Okay, as that finishes out, I'm just going to tune back in. Sending his love. I literally hear in my head, I love you, Mom. I'm here with you. Like, he can't possibly miss you because he's always with you. You're there in spirit. Like, they don't miss us the way that we miss them. But he's sending a lot of his love, all of his love. And, okay, all right. So he's basically saying that this was, he's acknowledging he's acknowledging you listening to spirit, to your spirit, your intuition, in order to receive this gift. So this was his gift to you for everything that you gave to him. Okay? He's with you. He can't not be there. Okay? Remember this. He's saying, remember, remember, remember. And he's taking a step out of my field, which indicates the end of the transmission and of the reading. That energy is still flowing, Shannon. It still feels like it's going to be flowing for the next 24 to maybe 36 hours. So again, not again, but what I always invite people to do when they have energy work by me, drink a lot of water. Water is a conduit, a conductor of energy, so it's going to help to circulate that energy, and it's also going to help you release the heaviness, the density, the toxins from your body. And then salt bath if you can, or just even a shower is going to help to clear the heaviness from a physical level. Okay, let me know how that resonates. Let me know how that do. So funny, huh? Okay, let me know. You're welcome, Shannon. It is a pleasure and an honor to facilitate for you. I would also say, because this energy is going to be very prominent in your field for the next 24 to 36 hours, if you can, I would sit in a quiet place with no distractions, no noises, no anything, and get really silent and just talk to him. You can talk to him out loud, or you can talk to him in your mind. That's kind of, I would say that was that's like an extra bonus to kind of connect on that level. And whenever you might be feeling sad or heavy or just missing him, I would encourage you highly, highly, highly to sit down with no distractions, no noises, and just, connect. Talk to him out loud. Talk to him in your head. He's there. Okay? Thank you. All right. So let's go back to the free readings, my dears. I don't think anybody else has paid for a reading, but if you, all right, cool. I just want to make sure. All right. So I have 4 more spots for paid readings. And until then, we're just going to go back to the free readings. Give me 1 second. So if you do want a free mini reading, keep in mind that these are going to be short, concise. They're not going to be long like my paid readings are. Okay. How do I pay? You go to my profile, click the link, and you scroll all the way down. There's Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal there. Okay. And then let me know in the comments if you do pay so that I ensure that like I read for you. That I honor that exchange. Okay, so the free mini readings, as I was saying, thank you, Ashley, for the roses. You can leave a comment. I always say that. Leave a comment with your name, and it could be a question, general, open, health, career. Okay, I do not do pregnancy. I do not do fertility. And keep it to one question only. I do see people sometimes they want to ask all the questions, and I get that. But in that case, if there's a lot of different things that you want to know and you want to dive into, I would strongly suggest and invite you to book a reading with me. I do offer private readings. Okay. Oh, and then my paid services. My bad. My paid services, you know, if you do want to get on the list, I have 4 spots left. 25 for readings. Those are all my things. And then energy work or clearing or just your intentions. And then 39 for mediumship and multidimensional mediumship. Okay. All right. So let me scroll through the comments. It's simply a number that I was guided to. That's what 39 means. It's just a number that I was guided to. Felt resonant with. Okay. Yeah, Maisie, like typically I would say you ask, is someone watching over me that I've lost? If they have ascended, aka crossed over, a lot of our loved ones, I would say more oftentimes than not, are watching over us. Because they can be in spirit. You can be in many different places at once. So they can be doing something in their own, you know, their own progression of their soul, like healing different, you know, or whatever they're doing. They can also be with us. So yeah, yes. Thank you for the roses, Ashley. What is multidimensional mediumship? Is that what you're asking? Oh. So 39 is for energy work and or energy clearing, okay? Or just whatever. I also include whatever intentions that you want, right? If you want me to work on, you know, pain or, you know, clearing the heart or whatever, you know, I work with your intentions. I always work with the highest self. 39 is for mediumship and 39 is for multidimensional mediumship, okay? Since Haley's asking. If anybody has any questions, you can also ask about that. You know, feel free to ask. Brianna, yes. He's crossed over. Sometimes loved ones get stuck and they don't quite pass over or cross over. He's crossed over. He's with you. Ashley with the roses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I would. Ashley, Ashley asks, I've had creepy stuff happen tonight. Would you be able to do a reading on that? Yep. Yeah, I've had people ask me about like, is their house haunted? And like different, like, I can't even think of all the things, but sometimes people come to me with that and I can tune into that as well. You're welcome, Maisie. Maisie. Yeah, Maisie. Yeah, you're welcome. What is that? What is the multidimensional reading? Oh, I already said that. Dang, I'm so behind on all of the comments. I'm sorry, y'all. You're welcome, Haley. I'm hearing to go back. Hold on. Wait, where did it go? Amy, you're asking, did Dallas pass okay? Yes. It feels like a him. I just don't know if this is a him or her. Um, it feels like they passed. It feels like there was a little bit of like it took a minute. There was a little bit of like, it was a little bit of a struggle to get across, but yeah, finally, yeah. I hope that helps. So people can cross over and still be with us. What I'm speaking about when I say, if people don't cross over, sometimes they get stuck in the astrals. They get stuck here, in the astrals on Earth. And that can be defined as hell. Not necessarily that it is, but like when we pass, when we cross over, or when we die, our beliefs are going to take us wherever. So if we believe we're going to go to hell, or if there's a hell, or we're doomed or whatever, we can actually bind ourselves to Earth until until we figure out how to cross over. So people who have crossed over and are on the quote unquote other side have crossed over, have ascended, and they can still be with us. I hope that helps. Thank you for the finger hearts. I can basically I can locate. It depends on who it is. I mean, no, it doesn't. It doesn't depend. It doesn't matter who it is. There's the correct wording. Because Alicia, you're asking, do I work on missing people to see if they've passed over? I can tune in to see if I get anything. Sometimes I do get stuff, sometimes I don't. But if that's your question or whatever, I can at least tune in to see if there's anything that comes through. Lady Macbeth, you're asking if your spirit guides have any messages for you. I don't know if you're still here because I'm way fucking back in the whatchamacallits. Let me scroll a little bit more. Please be mindful. You paid, Kylia. All right, Kylia, am I saying that right? Is it Kylia or is it Kyle? A. I'm going to write you down. Thank you for paying. I now have 3 spots left. And you paid for a reading. Hold on. Let me write this correctly. Thank you for the donation, by the way. I am honored to read for you, my dear. Okay. Yeah, just be mindful of spamming it. Like, definitely feel free to put your, put your question more than once, but spamming it, let's be mindful of that, please. Because the spamming stuff, that's gonna get you blocked. Like, bye-bye. I don't have to, ain't nobody got time for that. Kylia, are you still here, my dear? I didn't see you. I'm scrolling through the comments, but I didn't see you. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Kylie. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for correcting me. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, yeah, Becca, be careful with all of that spamming. Yeah, that's getting a little bit much. Okay. Kylie. Thank you. All right. So Kylie. Duh. All right. So let me know how can I be of service for you? Or how can I be of service to you? What kind of reading do you want? What would you like me to tune into for your reading, my dear? Let's see. Quickly, Ashley, let me tune in for you. You're asking if your Mimi is with you. My Mimi. Yep. Yeah, for whatever reason, I feel her on your right side. So I would say yes. I do. I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, there's no problem with asking again. Absolutely. It's when you're like, your comment is like 50 and then other people are barely even getting in. You know what I mean? Can you do loved one reading? Can you clarify that for me? Like, can I read for someone else? Hi, Hi, secrets. Or are you do, do, do. Oh, all night my right shoulder felt like someone's touching me. Crazy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel like that would be her. That is, yes. I can do an ancestor reading. I'd be able to like tap into your ascended ancestors. I'm not going to tune into, because like, here's the thing, not all ancestors have our best interest at heart. So I only connect with your ascended ancestors. But yeah, I'd be able to do that type of reading. That would be more in the like kind of like mediumship. That would be more under mediumship, and then you would just specify like, can you connect to my ancestry? How about what comes to you? Absolutely, we can do that. All right, thank you for clarifying that. Okay, and then okay, what comes? Okay, all right. So I'm just gonna connect to your energy, Kylie, and then your highest self, and just kind of listen for a moment. Okay, I'm already hearing to go to the cards. I'm gonna shuffle the cards and see what comes through. Excuse me. So the intentions are just any high benevolence, messages, info, or insight for Kylie and her highest and best good to serve on her journey. And I am using the what is it? Oh, Cosmic Consciousness Ascension deck. Yeah, there it is. All right, so I'm hearing to, okay, I have one, but I'm hearing to pull one more and then go from there. This is very interesting. What's the next card? Please stand by. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. I'm going to cut the deck. Whoa. All right. Oh, interesting. I've never seen that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put that over here. Okay. So we got some interesting cards. So your first card here is mental body dominance. Okay. And this is about releasing. Okay. If you look at the bottom of the card here, we're in the Orion star system. And they've gone through a lot of very, there's a lot of wars that have happened within like Orion, that Orion star system. And they know a lot about, they've learned a lot about darkness, shadow, etc. And this is about like releasing the that mental body dominance. So I'm just going to kind of listen. What kind of comes to me when I was first kind of tuning into this card is that if you are constantly in your head, a lot of times what happens when we're constantly in our head and trying to figure out or use logic to get everywhere, we're actually straining, and this creates like a type of static that I pick up on. It creates static in our field and it makes us less clear. However, when we allow our heart to lead and we take our brain or our mental faculties along for the ride, knowing that the mental faculties, they don't got to do it all. We don't have to like figure it all out. We let the heart kind of guide the way, and then we trust our steps. We have faith. We have faith and trust in that, like the next steps will be shown to us. We just got to keep like walking. We just got to keep going. And we're not meant to know all of the things. So it feels like you can feel free to tell me if I'm wrong, Kylie, but if we're getting the mental dominance card, if you're constantly in your head or constantly trying to figure out all of the things, the who, the what, the why, the when, the where, the how, all of the different things. Yeah, I even feel it in my head now. There's like a straining on my left side. Left side is feminine, your feminine energy. Right side is your masculine energy. We all have both. Doesn't matter how you identify. We all have both. But I feel straining on my right side. So it almost feels like your feminine energy. I don't know if you grew up and maybe your feminine energy was hyper masculinized or masculinized in some kind of way. A lot of women are taught to, we do this because there's like, we're living in, it's crumbling now, but we've been living for many, many ages in a patriarchy. And, go, do, produce. You got to be productive. You got to do the things, do. And that feminine energy feels like it's it's almost like forcing your feminine energy to do something or to act in a certain way that it's not designed to do. Feminine energy is magnetic. It's multidimensional. It's flow. It's fluidity. It's creative. It's intuitive. It flows. Okay. It can go all over the place, just flowing. Okay. Your masculine energy creates structure. It's logical, straight lines, right? Your feminine energy is wavy lines or circles. It doesn't have logic the way the brain has. Okay. So it feels like you're asking your feminine energy to work in a way that doesn't work. Like it feels like a forced, like it, and you might feel like you're asking yourself, questioning like why isn't this working, or why am I not able to do the things or manifest, or I'm not sure what it is. I'm not receiving like the specific of what it is, but it feels like you're trying to do something and wondering like, why isn't this working? It's because your feminine energy, you're asking it to do something it's not designed to do. Okay. One second. It's almost like you're asking the feminine to think logically, the feminine to be masculine. But that's not what feminine is. It's meant to be feminine. Feminine is also about emotionality, emotions, experience. And there is there's some sound codes, so you can feel free to accept them or not. But it feels like I'm just going to start spewing sound codes here in a minute. Anybody who wants to receive them can. Moleana tatuya sana tata hiama hiama anatuwa leno huya sana tikia sana tu uha anata iasi. So just take a deep breath. Those codes, light codes, sound codes, are helping to rewire the right wires, like rewire the proper wires to the proper place. And everybody's different, but that's what sound codes and light language does, is it works on a soul level. So that was helping to rewire. There's like a rewiring, almost like the wires are crossed. You know, not that anything was wrong or anything with you or anything, but like that's just kind of how it's coming to me. Is like the wires were crossed, and you know, it's almost like programming and conditioning, where we plug in a certain way, and there's like wiring. It's like your feminine needs to be this way, and then the masculine needs to be this way, and it creates rigidity. It creates boxes and limited thinking, and we kind of get stuck, and over-identify, okay, as those things. So, okay. So, that was that part, okay? Now we're going to come, how much is a reading? So, your next card, my dear, Kylie. So, how much is a reading? 20. Thank you, Lady Macbeth. It's 25 for a reading, and I have 3 spots left. Or you can stay on the line, and after this, I'll go back to free readings, the free mini readings. Okay? All right, your next card is now. Okay? This is, if you look at the bottom, we're in the Pleiadian star system, and this is about expansion. Okay? So coming back to the now. There is something about this mental body dominance. You're in your head. You're in your head way too much. It's giving me a headache literally on my my left side. If you come back to the now, though, you don't have to figure out all the things. You just have to come back to the now, align yourself, right? Get into alignment practically, like implement this in a practical way. Come back to the now moment, align yourself, and then take action. Okay, this feels very specific, and there's one thing that I'm being guided to share with you, is you can actually use your emotions, your feeling ability, helping to move the energy. You can actually use your emotions to cultivate alignment. I know Tony Robbins does this. There's so many people that are out there that does this, that they use their emotions and their body to be able to cultivate a higher state of, like a happy state of being, or an excited, an uplifted state of being. So I would encourage you to cultivate, to sit in a quiet space for like 5 minutes a day and just feel appreciation, feel gratitude, whichever one you can tap into easier. I will share a secret with you. I find pictures help me. So sometimes, I use like cute things to help me get into a state of appreciation. And then I just sit there in that uplifted state for like 5 minutes or however long. And I just kind of sit there and cultivate that. So that's how you can actually call on or utilize your feminine energy in a way that helps you come into alignment, come back into the now, get out of your head, because it feels like you're trying to figure everything out all at once. And it's creating a lot of static. And it's creating confusion. And all it does is make you more, it creates cognitive dissonance. It creates basically unclear communication between the brain and the heart. If you come into alignment, come into a state of appreciation, and you sit in that appreciation for 5 minutes, you'll notice that you feel a lot clearer and you're not so much in your head. Okay? Come back to the now, because that's the only place you can create from. You can't create from your past. You can't create from your future. You can only create here and now. So if you're wanting to work on a goal, or work on a business, or work on a project, or work on yourself, the only place you can do it is here and now. So I'm hearing to stop. They're telling me to pull one more card, because this is going to be like a resolve card, or where you're, no, I think it's a resolve card. So I'm going to pull one more card for you, my dear. They stopped me straight in my tracks. They were like, nope, don't even say another word. Okay. I won't say anything. All right. There. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jesus. Jesus. Interesting. What is going on here? Let me feel into this for a minute because the 2 fell out and I was hearing 1. Interesting. Okay. So, all right. Oh, okay. Okay, so there's an extra message here. I'm like, wait, what's going on? You got this card. The next card is about manipulation. Okay. It brings up manipulation and how it feels like it comes through. Hold on, I'll address that in a minute. How it feels like it comes through is, I don't know if there is a relationship. You're talking about how somebody's asking for a relationship. But I don't know if there's a relationship in your life or in your, whether it's past, present. Feels like there's some type of, what I hear is emotional manipulation going on. In any case, it's manipulation and it doesn't feel so great. Okay. And this is about releasing the manipulation, releasing and becoming aware of manipulation, whether you're doing it in a relationship or someone else is doing it to you. Either way, we're all mirrors for each other. Okay. So it's like, almost like I would invite you to become aware of where you might be unconsciously manipulating people. And this doesn't have to have a negative connotation, because we all manipulate people or situations or whatever in different ways. Some of us are just more conscious of what we're doing, and it's not, in a negative intention, for a negative intention. Okay, you can have a positive intention to manipulate. It's just what your intention is. So it feels connected to a relationship though, and because it feels like it's connected to a relationship, this other card fell out on top of it. It's about forgiveness. Forgiveness of the self for maybe not knowing where you're manipulating others, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. It feels more unconscious. So we're highlighting this. We're bringing this up to the surface. So whether you can identify this now, it feels like if you are unable to identify it now in this moment, give it a couple days. It's going to start coming up to the surface. That's what they're showing me. They're showing me like bubbles. It's like coming up through the layers of your consciousness. Okay. But this is the next message, is like, understand and recognize where you are manipulating others unconsciously. Forgive yourself. And then also recognizing where someone else might be doing that. It feels like a relationship. I'm not getting specifics on what relationship or what kind of relationship. I would say it's a more close relationship. I'm like feeling romantic. I don't know if you're in a relationship, like a partnership, spouse, romantic relationship, but it feels kind of like that, like a relationship that would be closer to you. All right. But forgiveness is the key, because forgiveness is where you're being asked to go. Let me just tune in, because typically everything is kind of comes around and weaves together. So I'm just going to listen for a minute. The manipulation part is part of the mind. And if it's emotional manipulation, it could be part of the feminine manipulating. The feminine energy is what I'm saying, referencing to. This feels like it's more, we're more illuminating things again. So if you're not quite sure, or if it doesn't quite make sense yet, it might bubble up over the next couple days. But that's just kind of how I read it. But it feels like that's how it kind of ties into like the manipulation and the mental stuff, all of the mental like games that we can play, especially if we're more unconscious to like certain patterns or dynamics, dysfunctional dynamics we could be playing out. Again, come back to the now, forgiveness, appreciation. I would focus on those 3 key points. Okay, that's kind of what I feel for you. Oh, Denise, you sent a payment? Okay, I got you. I didn't. Kylie, I didn't see, I don't feel anything unless the manipulation part pertains to your current relationship, because it felt like a close relationship where the manipulation stuff comes in and forgiveness comes in. Okay? Bum, bum, bum. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. You definitely don't have to like, you know, divulge more than, you know, you feel comfortable with. But as long as it makes sense to you, that is okay. It is okay. That's all that matters, to be honest. Other people don't have to get it as long as you do. Move towards forgiveness, appreciation, and then releasing what no longer serves. And if anybody, like if I read for anybody, I'm going to write, let's see, Venmo, Denise. If anybody does, if I read for you and you forget what, you know, what messages came through or whatever, I always post my TikToks, my lives on my YouTube channel. Okay. And that can be found through my profile. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, you're asking for a love reading. Alrighty. Love. Thank you, Denise. I am honored to read for you, my dear. Ooh, excuse me. It totally makes sense. All right. That's all that matters, as long as it makes sense to you. Thank you, Kylie. Thank you for being here. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, so my next paid reading is Denise. That means I have two more spots. If not, that's cool too. I'm good with that. All right, Denise. You said thank you. So many changes happening within the next year. So you said love. Do you have a specific question around love? Or are you just open to what spirit has got for you? Good morning, Leslie. How are you? No worries, Lady Macbeth. I'll be here. No worries. No worries. Always divine timing. I will be here when the things align. Okay? Okay. Dating Hunter. Last 2 years. Next year I'm supposed to move there for work. I take that you're moving to his location or their location. I don't want to assume. Wondering how he feels about that and how he feels about a relationship. Okay. Alrighty. Keep in mind, Denise, that I'll definitely get to your questions. A lot of times when people have questions, what spirit, because of the nature of my work, because I'm all about getting to the root of certain issues and highlighting the things of like why we do things or why we're asking questions, because of the nature of my work and how I work. How spirit works with me is sometimes they'll identify certain things first, and that's going to then play into flow into your questions. Okay, so just so you're, oh, like if me moving closer would be good for us. I gotcha. All right, gotcha. All right, I'm on the same page as you. All right, so I'm just going to connect. I feel into the relationship, and then I'm just going to, I always pull from the highest self. I always pull information from the highest self. Okay, I gotta put my foot on the floor here. Okay, Denise. All right. I definitely, when I tune into you, I definitely feel the anxiety. I feel a little bit of anxiousness in the move. The other word I hear is trepidation. A little like, so I definitely feel what you're talking about here. Because it comes across as anxiety. Okay. Sometimes spirit wants to get straight to it. So I'm going to say this with all the love in my heart. And feel free to take it with you and reflect later. Okay. One of the questions that's coming through is, have you had an honest heart to heart with him about this? Okay. Have you? You can answer in the comments or not. That's fine. But it's more like a reflection question of like, have you done this? Why not? Maybe there's almost like a little nudge if you haven't, like, because it feels like, because I'm tapping into the anxiety that's there, and it feels like you could maybe use some reassurance. And I don't know if you've talked to him or what. Let me see. Yes, but not fully. Okay. All right. So this could be a really great opportunity for you, my dear, to really open up and say, hey, like, I'm having some anxiety. I'm feeling a little trepidatious. I'm feeling a little anxious about the move. What do you think about it? How do you feel about it? I feel ... or I feel ... and then like I was wondering how you feel. And you being honest and transparent and vulnerable, which can be scary, can open up and make it safe for him to also feel. So as feminine, the feminine energy is there to provide emotional security and safety. And if we open up, no matter how you identify, is if you open that feminine energy up and kind of allow her to be vulnerable and soft and just kind of open with her feelings, and that invites the masculine energy to meet you and to be vulnerable there too. So that's the first layer that's coming in. Okay. So think about it, feel into it. You don't have to, but that's the first layer that's coming in. So I'm just relaying that information. Okay. The next part is I'm going to feel into the connection, and then I'm going to kind of, I feel like I'm going to feel into more of his energy. Okay. Okay. Before I go into this next part, they're reminding me I didn't quite finish that last part. From that conversation, being vulnerable and open, you can also ask for any reassurance that you might need that will help calm the anxiety that I'm feeling, that you're feeling. I mean, I'm feeling it off of you because I'm empathing it. But that can help ease your anxiety about such a big move. This is a big move. It can also be exciting if you allow it to be. Okay. I know there's some excitement there to be closer. But the anxiety feels like it comes in and it starts kind of messing with your head a little bit. And so having a very open, honest, just authentic, vulnerable heart to heart can help. It feels like it can help ease some of that anxiety that you're feeling. So again, like I said, coming back over here, I'm tuning into his energy. I get excitement on his end. I also pick up a slight bit of anxiety on his end too. I feel like a heart to heart would help ease both of y'all's anxiety. He doesn't have as much, I would say, as you, but I do feel anxiety with excitement. It's kind of mixed in there, a little emotional cocktail, if you will, but it feels like he's excited / anxious as well. Let me hold on one second. All right, yeah, because it's a big step. It's a big step. You're moving there, moving. I don't know if you're moving in. You said you're just moving closer, right? It's a big step. It's gonna bring some anxiety or whatever doubts that you might have about whatever to the surface. And this is the greatest opportunity for you to begin to clear and deal with the stuff now so that you can deal with it now so that you're not bringing that heaviness and that anxiety into that relationship or into the relationship when you're in closer proximity. Does that make sense? So it would be, I feel it would be very beneficial to kind of nip it in the bud, so to speak, to deal with it now. I keep hearing have a conversation emphasized. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that, put it out there because it keeps popping up in my head. I get a pretty good sense. What does that mean? I get a pretty good feeling from him, to be honest. That's how he comes across. He comes across as I would say he feels pretty solid and confident about it, really excited. There's also a little bit of nerves, also a little bit of anxiety, just because of it's a big move. It's a big step. And it means that you're moving forward in the relationship. And I feel also, again, what would help deepen that relationship is just having that heart to heart. Okay. I'm telling you, it keeps looping back. Okay. So we're just going to emphasize, we're going to keep emphasizing that. But it feels like it feels pretty good. Feels pretty solid. What were the other, let's see. Let me see. Hold on, wait. What was, I want to get to how he feels that about our relationship. Okay. I got your questions. Let me see. Let me answer your other questions. Okay, so he knows I'm moving there. Okay. Oh, okay. So today he was telling me things to expect, how life is there, and giving me ideas about it all. But I guess I was wanting to hear certain things from him that I didn't get. Does he have anxiety about us in general? Like he might not want me to. No, it's more like he understands that it's a big step. You going there and being in the city, it doesn't feel like it's really connected to the relation. Well, it is and it isn't. But maybe it is, but probably not in the way that you're thinking. You feel like, oh no, like, not like that. It's more like when the when we're in a romantic relationship and we take a big step, that can bring up people's anxiety. That can bring up people's like self-doubt, and like they start to feel a little like, whoa, shit. It's really just your emotional compass telling you that there's something out of alignment. Not that the relationship itself is out of alignment, but there's maybe a belief within you that you're filtering the excitement through that's making it seem, that's distorting your lens. That makes sense? Feels like there's maybe some distortions there. You mentioned that he maybe doesn't know in detail. I keep being taken back to having a heart to heart and being open, being honest, being vulnerable, because it's also setting a precedent. It's also setting a foundation of what you want, what you expect for the relationship, and how you're going to show up in the relationship. Are you going to show up as truthful, vulnerable, honest, transparent, or are you going to keep things to yourself? Because he's going to reflect to you. That sets the tone for the relationship. Okay. So I feel like that's why I keep being brought back to have a conversation. It's going to allow you to get clear, get any reassurance. If you're needing reassurance for him, ask him like, hey, how are you feeling? Like truthfully. And, again, share how you feel first. And say, hey, I was wondering how you were feeling about this. Because I was feeling, some type of way and maybe needing reassurance. Where do you see this going? A conversation keeps coming up really, because then that's going to give you so much more clarity than because I don't know all the things, Spirit's going to only give me certain details. It's not going to give me all the things. I had somebody before wanting me to give them different insights than they already knew. And sometimes Spirit doesn't work that way. Okay. So I don't know all the things. I don't claim to, and I don't want to. But I'm saying I keep feeling this having a conversation is highlighted, because that's going to help you go deeper into the relationship, set the tone, be honest, let him know how you're going to show up. Now my left ear is ringing. And then that allows you to maybe work out any kinks now and get clarity now. Because if it is going to maybe say, say, in theory, say I'm wrong about how he's feeling, then at least if you have a conversation and you get the information directly for him and you're honest, you're transparent, and he says like, well, I don't know about this or whatever. At least you know now. And then you were honest now. Okay. Set the tone in your relationship as the feminine, as the feminine embodiment. You're there to create emotional safety. He's there to create physical safety. Not that those are like, it's black and white and those are the only things we can do, but like generally speaking, and that allows him to be more honest and open and transparent, and open up about his emotions. And that allows you to get the clarity and reassurance and ask him like, hey, and that's good. Guess what? At the end of the day, that's going to help you deepen your relationship. Either way, it's either going to deepen or it's going to show where there's maybe cracks in the foundation and where you need to work a little bit. Okay. So either way, I would say have a conversation. All right. So you said, do you see us staying together or moving in together at some point? What do I even say in this heart-to-heart talk? Be open and honest, transparent, and vulnerable. What I've learned, because I'm not the greatest fucking speaker, what I've learned is just to say the things that I'm feeling. Like, and sometimes that might look like, hey, so I'm feeling a little awkward about this, and I'm not sure what to say, but I was feeling a little bit something like this. And that like lets someone know when you're speaking to them. It shows them, they get like these signals like, oh wow, she's coming from a really genuine, vulnerable place. And you evoke them, you evoke the version of them that can also be open and honest and vulnerable. And in the end, if they're not, then it's not a match, right? So I would say just be open, be vulnerable, say the things that you're feeling. If you don't know how to describe them, I'm not sure quite how to describe this, but I'm feeling this. I'm also feeling a little insecure. And maybe to see, if you had some reassurance for me, or if you could reassure me in like how you're feeling, or, I just wanted to know, I'm curious to know, it's just about being, really authentic in what you're feeling and just say the things that you're feeling. If you don't know anything else to say, just say what you're feeling. Does that make sense? Because lately his communication is different from what it used to be. So is he scared? Okay. All right. Yeah, I kind of second what Lady Macbeth is saying, because if I do feel anxiety from him, and it feels like, again, it's a big step. And if there is something that he like, if his communication is off, wouldn't you rather know now that something is, the relationship's not right or something? Wouldn't you rather know now than later when you move there and you're expecting to move in and to do things and, expecting something? I feel like this is a really great opportunity for you to get clarity, to say what you want, to own your power, and to really just own, say like, this is what I want. This is what I'm feeling. This is what's happening with my job. How do you feel about this? You don't have to be aggressive. Just be open and authentic. Just be vulnerable. And that can be scary. Okay. But wouldn't you rather know now than later? You asked for Let me see. You asked about like, is he nervous? Yeah, it feels like it's a big step. It's a big move. And he might be, I wouldn't say second guessing, but it feels like there's some nervousness about of like, it doesn't have to do with, it doesn't feel like it's really connected to like, does he, I'm not sure how to describe it. It's a big step, and there does seem to feel like there is some. It's again, I get excitement and I get anxiety. The anxiety, it mirrors your anxiety. If you're feeling like, oh, I don't know, unsure, he's mirroring that. His thought processes might be different, but he's mirroring that. It's a big step. It's a big step. I feel like the main message here, no matter what other other things, other questions you might have, I feel like the main message here is have a conversation and make it a whole thing. It's like I really, in one of your conversations, just go there. Dive deep and say, hey, like I'm feeling like this, and I would really like to like kind of go a little deeper with you and just share how I'm feeling, and like I would love to know how you're feeling, and um ask if he's having any anxieties, or if he feels like it's a big step too, or how he's feeling about this. In any case, I feel like that's the main message. Have a conversation. Okay. Uh, oh, okay. I see what you're saying. He just, he just tells me he worries about me not liking it or having to struggle. That could be a projection of his own stuff. I feel like he's just mirroring your anxiety. Again, you say we talk every day. It's just the last few days he hasn't done the heart emojis. There's I feel like that could be resolved with a conversation. Hey, I noticed that you haven't done your heart emojis. Like, is there something going on? Are you feeling like this way, or is there is there something going on? And see what he has to say. It feels like communication is probably going to be your best bet right now. And like learning how to communicate just a little bit more, a little bit deeper, and then just keep going deeper. Does that make sense? Does that help? I hope that helps. But I would say that's the main message. Have a conversation. It seems so simple, so easy, but I get how that can bring up like, oh no, what if he says this and I don't know? But wouldn't you rather know now? Communication is so key in a relationship. Okay, yes, thanks. All right, cool. That's dope. Okay, I'm glad that it helps. 1 second. Okay, all right. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, cool. So feel free to, catch me on another live or reach out to me personally and let me know how it goes. Or not. You don't have to share anything with me. But just know that I'm here and I love you, and I hope that everything goes the way it's always going to go the way it needs to go, or it's meant to go. But have the conversation. It's going to be uncomfortable, but you get to own your power and you get to own what you want. And it's also an opportunity for you to deepen the relationship. Okay. Yeah, I do too. Also, you know, it's gonna go the way it needs to go. All right, my dears. All right. Okay. Ba, ba, ba. Thank you. Who was I reading for? Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Denise. We love you. We're sending you love. All right. So I think that's going to do it for me. It's way past my bedtime. I'll most likely be on tomorrow if you want to catch me tomorrow. I'm lagging a little bit on the YouTube, getting my lives up, but I will have those up by the end of the week. And I will see you guys on another live. Have a great night. All right. I just wanted to make sure. All right. Good night, you guys.